Hey, what's crack-a-lackin' challengers? Welcome back to another video, and the rumors are true. I'm officially getting my dream pet, which is a tortoise. In this video, I'm not going to actually show the tortoise. I'm getting it tomorrow, and that's why I'm building the enclosure today. So look forward to that video coming out in the near future. It's actually going to be the next video I post, so turn on your post notifications. I'm not going to spoil the type or the breed of tortoise that I'm getting. It's actually, I'm going to leave something a secret. I was actually going to like keep everything as a secret, but people started commenting, and I got messages and stuff, so I felt like I should just go out with it. I ordered all the supplies I need from Amazon, and it's all here. I also got this container. This is for storing the tortoise. I made a vlog about when I got this, so if you don't subscribe to my vlog channel, I don't know why you're even watching this video. The content there is just as good as the content here. I'll have a link for that at the end of this video. But basically, I have all the supplies, everything you could ever need for a tortoise. And we are going to build the entire enclosure today and set everything up so it's in preparation for my baby tortoise coming tomorrow. Hit the like button on the video if you haven't already, and make sure you stay to the end so you can see everything in its final location and how it's finally set up and how I'm doing all of this. And if you're possibly thinking about getting a tortoise, this should be very helpful for you and you can learn from me. Nice. Okay, so what we're gonna start with is this is a tub. So it's best to keep tortoises in not an aquarium, just because the aquarium is clear and tortoises are very smart creatures and they'll look outside of the terrarium and try walking toward it. And they can damage their shells, they can get flipped over because they're trying to climb. So you want a darker container or something that they can't really see through. Since I am getting a baby tortoise too, which is super adorable, it's not like a full grown one, it is a tiny baby one. This will be great for the first couple months, possibly even the first year or two, and I'll eventually upgrade it and get an even better enclosure. So this is just a mortar mixing tub. This is used for construction and other equipment, and I also bought some terracotta dishes. This one's going to be the food plate and kind of a basking area. Some people prefer to use stone slate, but this is very cheap. In the future setup, I'll go a lot better. I'll have really fancy stuff, kind of more of natural environment, but since it is a baby, I want to be able to monitor it and have simple stuff that I can wash it easily. This dish is the water dish, and that's basically what I already have, and then everything else is in these boxes. So before I even start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some paper towel and wash down the inside of the enclosure. Since I won't really be able to do that afterwards, I just want to be super clean for my tortoise. Original fans of the channel might know that this has actually been my dream pet ever since I was a kid. And I actually, before I even started keeping fish in my aquariums, I wanted to get a tortoise, but they were too expensive at the time, and I didn't have like enough time because I was still in high school, and I didn't really know where my life was headed. I didn't know if I was moving away for college. I didn't know what was going on. These guys live for a very long time, so I wanted to make sure that my life was set up and stable at least before I actually made this big decision. I don't know if you can see, but there is actually quite a bit of dirt on there, so we got that out of the way. So I'm gonna start just opening these boxes and seeing what we have on the inside. So this first thing, which I guess isn't completely necessary, I need to make sure my address is hidden. So this is actually a heat mat. So at first I was planning on getting this and using this, but I might not actually even use it for this terrarium or this setup, just because I do have a heating light bulb in this box. But this might be an option, but probably not actually, because I did measure the temperature of the basement and it didn't get as cold as I thought it did. So the next box. Ooh. Okay. So this box has the little hide for the tortoise. Basically, it's a little coconut shell. There's a couple other things that you could have gotten, but I decided to go with this. And I think it's going to be really cute and really nice just to have a little hide. This is where he's going to spend his time at night, and it's also going to be a nice little humidity area for him to help develop his shell. And speaking of humidity, this is some terrarium moss. And this moss is going to be great because the moss holds moisture and water very well. So he'll be able to cuddle up in that little pile of moss and be really warm, and that's going to be great for him. So the next box, oh snap. Okay, so this is the substrate box. So this one has forest floor, and this is a pre-made mixture of substrates that is great for tortoises. I am going to spoil the tortoise that I am getting is actually a desert species tortoise. There's also forest species, but I'm not getting those. I'm only getting a desert one. So yeah, this substrate's gonna be great, but on top of this substrate, since you can see, it's only a small bag, this won't fill up the whole little terrarium, I also got some Repti chip. Now this stuff is literally the best. I've checked out so many forums and so many videos, and they always recommend this stuff, and I personally really like it. As you can see, it's made out of coconut fibers. It has a really nice look to it, and what's great is the little poops and the messes that tortoises makes will actually be able to get in between these cracks and eventually decompose. I might also decide to get a cleanup crew. I haven't really seen that much about people recommending cleanup crews in terrariums with turtles or tortoises, so I'll have to do some more research. If you are an expert at that, hit me up on my Instagram and Snapchat are down below. But yeah, that's basically it. And then we also do have our box. So I did buy this used. Sometimes I just buy things used because it's cheaper. It's smarter to buy. So this is a UVB and also heat lamp setup. I got a pre-made one. Some people just get like regular desk lamps and just put in a heat lamp or a UVB bulb, but I just want to go with a pre-made one. I might upgrade this in the future. A lot of people recommend having a UVB long light. That just adds a lot more UVB on the entire terrarium as a whole, and it's better for the tortoise, but that's going to happen in the next setup. For now, this is just going to be great since he is a little tiny baby, and he'll be doing pretty well on his own. But I'm just like, I just want to get into this. So the first thing that we are going to do is open the forest floor and put it on the inside of the terrarium. Oh, I love that smell. I don't know if you guys have, like, if you have a terrarium, there's just this such a nice smell right when you like smell it. It's like nature, you can just breathe in. It smells like a fresh forest. It is amazing. Like, I have a terrarium with my millipedes, and like every time I open it, I just inhale. It's just so nice. There's just something about nature. But I'm gonna add some of these chips in. I'm not going to add a whole lot, but this is going to help with the humidity in the terrarium. Just going to spread it around. It already is actually kind of moist. Okay, so there's a thin little layer, and now we're going to add the Reppy chip. Dude, I'm so excited for this stuff. This doesn't really have a scent. Yo, this stuff is so nice. I love the look of it. It's a little dusty. Okay, so I'm just going to spread this around. Oh, that already looks so good. I'm going to add a little bit of water to the little setup. So, well, since I did get a baby tortoise, they do need a little bit more humidity in their younger years. It helps with them developing. So it's going to be nice, especially with the fish room. The humidity in the basement stays around 50%, which is a little high when they're adults, but since they're young, it's going to be great, and they actually prefer it even higher, possibly 70% humidity. But yeah. And I'll also have a link where I'm getting my tortoise from, which is the Stork. I will have a link down below. I'll talk more about them in the next video. Okay, so this is the little hide, and I'm going to put it in this corner, I think, and then I'm going to have the terracotta dishes, probably the water one over here. Actually, I'll do this in reverse. The hide will go here, and then the water dish will go over here, and then the basking lamp will be right there. I'll see how well the tortoise does on the substrate. Now that I'm looking at it up close, it is a little bit bigger, and since the tortoise is going to be a baby, I don't want her to have to struggle while she's walking in the floor, so I might have to think more about that, but I'll see how she does. And if not, I can always add more of the other substrate or just try a different one. So now with this terrarium moss, I'm going to open it up. It is leaking a little bit, or like some of the moss is coming out. Oh, this is very, very dry. Okay, so what they recommend to do is just moisten it and squeeze out all the water, because you do not want it to be too damp, because they can develop lung issues and respiratory infections. We of course do not want that to go on. I'm going to add this, and I'm adding this underneath the hide, and there she'll have some nice places to sit. I do have a lot of extra moss. I might end up using that in a different terrarium or possibly somewhere else in here. But now it's kind of dirty. Yo, I'm so excited. So yeah, for the light, basically all I'm going to do is have the heat lamp and the UVB bulb kind of angled like this. It's going to add some heat and light all around over here, and then at night I'll turn it off. As you guys know, everything like my aquariums are on smart timers, so they turn off and turn on at any time, so I might do the same thing with this terrarium. But yeah, let's move it over to the spot. I want to show you the location where I'm having this terrarium setup. Oh yeah, also, quick shout out to all my Patreons. Thank you guys for supporting. If you want me to keep making these awesome videos and feel like supporting the channel and the other animals and other pets and other projects, like I'm setting up my 60 gallon again. If you wouldn't mind supporting or checking out my Patreon page, I'll have a link down below. That would mean a lot. Thank you. Okay, so this is where we set everything up, but if you go around over here, ta-da! So right here is where I'm currently going to be setting up my tortoise little enclosure. This was a desk I got from Target, but it was a little too small for me to work on, so I basically just had it sitting in the fish room, and now it's turning into my tortoise enclosure. So I'll bring it over and talk a little bit more about why I put it here and why I'll eventually move it. Okay. So this is currently a little temporary situation where it is, and the main reason why is there is a stairs right here, and anytime someone walks down, it might disturb the tortoise and make him a little nervous, or her a little nervous. So that's kind of why I might want to move it in the future, but for now I think it'll be okay. And as you can see, I do have my little painting. This is a jellyfish I made, and then that's my Jackson Pollock wannabe painting. Right here I have a little stand, and this is what's going to hold up the light, and I also do have a temperature gauge, and currently it is 69 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's going to be a great temperature for while the tortoise is at night and trying to sleep. So let me grab the light and set everything up, and you guys will see what the setup looks like when it's finished. Alright, so this is what the setup looks like. Quick montage. Alright, so that is going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Links for all of the supplies that I got will be down below. I think this setup's going to be very, very nice, and I gladly do have all the monitor things, so I'll be able to check constantly how the Tortoise is doing with the enclosure. I think it's going to be really nice. If you have any suggestions for me, because this is the first time I'm going to be doing this, although I have been doing extensive research, if you have any suggestions or tips, comment that down below. I'd love to hear it. Also, check out my social medias if you want to. I'll see you in the next video. Again, subscribe to my vlog channel to see behind the scenes and other special things. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Bye.